My hair is a mess like every single time I record. Hi guys, this is Miko, and I wanted to bring you another boy time story time. And this one goes back to when I was in ninth grade. So I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible, but I have stated before I was not one of the best of kids. Like, didn't hang out with the best of kids either, and I got into like drugs and alcohol and stuff and smoking like cigarettes and stuff like at a way early age, which I still don't condone, so don't do that if you're like young and you're watching me. But to clarify, it led to a really funny story. So the story is about when I fell through a glass table head first and I broke it. So I was drinking with a bunch of friends. We got alcohol from this person's like older sibling, and they thought it'd be funny to like just watch us get drunk. And we got drunk and we invited like a bunch of girls over, and we were just like having a good time. Like, we set up beer pong and we made jungle juice, and it was just gonna be like a good night, you know, like everybody was pumped. And I think we smoked marijuana and stuff, but I don't know, it was just weird. I mean, we were like excuse me, we were all like 14 and 15, and we were just like, screw it, like, let's do this, I guess. Like, there was no parents around, so we're just gonna have the time of our lives. I had the time of my life, and I'll never think. I don't remember the lyrics. It'll come back to me at some point, and then I'll feel really stupid about this video. So I'm with a group of guys that are all my best friends, and I go upstairs, and I had already been drinking, and I was one of those guys that like definitely had an alcohol problem at an early age. So when we were playing beer pong, like, no matter if they made it or not, I was still drinking. So like, even if they touched the cup, I would drink the cup, and I would just leave the cup there and or like fill it with water. It was really dumb, but I was just getting like smashed. And one of my friends was upstairs playing like UFC, like the very first like really good UFC game on like the Xbox 360. And I bring up like a full 24 pack of like budlight, and we're up there together, and he's just playing by himself. He's like going through the career mode or whatever, and I'm like, hey, like, I want to face you or whatever, and he's like, all right, cool. So we start playing and stuff, and I'm sitting there drinking beers from the 24 pack, and he has one beer, and I literally, like, we played maybe an hour, and I finished the entire 24 pack by myself because like he didn't even finish his beer, and I still drank his beer. So I end up drinking all of his beer that was on top of the beer that I already had, and I end up like blacking out basically. And so these girls are there, and they're like, you know, like, hey Miko, like, how are you doing and stuff, and like they're flirting with me, and I'm like flirting with them, and I piss off one of my guy friends because like he's like trying to date this one girl, but she's like flirting with me, and I didn't mean to do that, and I knew this prior to the alcohol. I just took over. Like, once I get alcohol in my system, it's like go time. I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? You know, like, I'm funny, and I try to be like smooth, you know, like, that's not smooth at all. The wave is not smooth. It's just, okay, so smooth. And she ends up, you know, basically kissing me and stuff, and then I like remember feeling bad about it because like subconsciously I knew that this was not a good idea for some reason, which I later found out what, like sobered me was like, that's the reason why I felt that way. So I end up going upstairs and I have to like puke, but I can't puke. Like nothing's coming out. But then like, I don't know if you've ever had this, and this might be like TMI, but like, have you ever had to puke but also like have to use the restroom too? So I had to like I had to go. Like I was gonna try to pass a bowel movement, and so I sat on the toilet too, and everybody's like trying to take care of me, and I don't care. Like I literally just pull down everything, and I'm just like butt ass naked in front of every girl and every guy, and they're all just like, oh my god, this is so bad. But like the girls understand that like I don't feel good and I'm really sick, so they're just like trying to take care of me. Like they were just angels. So like I appreciate all of you for doing that. So after that I go downstairs and I still don't feel good, and I'm like laughing and stuff, and I decide to drink even more, which they told me not to do, but like I'm gonna get a drink if I want to drink. And I like trip over my foot and fall directly into like the living room glass table face first. And I'm like 140 pounds at the time, but like I fell so hard, and I was like 5'9" or something like that, that I just shattered it. Like it just like just shattered all over the place. And then like I get up and there's like no blood on me. There's no cuts. There's nothing at all. And I just walk upstairs, finish my drink, and then I lay in my friend's like bed and I pass out. So the next morning I wake up, I puke, but before that I wake up next to my friend and I'm like not wearing anything but my underwear. Like I don't know how I got down to that, but I look over to my friend and I'm like, nothing happened, right? Like we didn't do anything. And he's like, no, we definitely didn't do anything. And I'm like, okay, like good. And I trusted him because he was my best friend. And I was just like, that was really weird to wake up next to him like that. And he was like, no, you just took off all of your clothes, and for a while you ran around the house like butt ass naked before you fell asleep. And I was like, that sounds like me. So I go downstairs and I witness what I have done. I have not only pissed off one of my other best friends by kissing the girl he likes, and I pissed off my other best friend because I broke his living room table and he had no idea how he was going to explain this to his mom. And he's just like, dude, you're like effing cleaning that up like now. So of course I cleaned it up, and it took me like an hour to get everything because like there was so many glass shards all over the place, and I didn't want anybody to get hurt. So like I vacuumed it, I think, which I don't think is good for the vacuum, but I vacuumed some of it and I swept stuff, and that was that. So that's my story about me falling face first into a table and shattering it. It was quite the story to have, especially when we went to school that next week, and I totally had something to talk about, and all my friends were laughing about it. And we, for a while, would like bring it up like later on throughout high school about how dumb I was and how dumb I get on alcohol. But it was a good time. So that's another boy time, story time for you. If you enjoyed it, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe, because the subscribers always help. But as always, bye peaches.